I I can't believe it's come to this, guys. I can't believe I am making an apology video after something that I'm so excited about personally. Something that I've been thrilled about for, years now, and something that's been skirting around in the background, like, something that I rather naively promised would never happen back when I first started out. I thought this was just I don't know. A part of me just never thought I would reach this point where I would really want to do something radically different with my career trajectory and with the way things were going. Like I've decided that, I really needed to do something a little bit different. I'm not enjoying the way things are going right now. I'm working 20 hours a day. It's time to take a break. I'm exhausted. I'm tired. I just want to take money and just lie on a beach somewhere, in Jamaica with Nick Rekieta. Like I I just want to do nothing all the time. So, yeah. Um Last year I announced that I acquired Nintendo, right? I bought the company from the Japanese and I have been running it from the shadows ever since, right? This has been known from people who have been following the channel for any length of time. But those of you who aren't aware, yes, I do control Nintendo, right? This channel isn't a Nintendo fanboy channel. It's a message system from the directly from the CEO of the company, right? I own the company, or at least I did, right? Until just now. That's right. I just signed the company away to Microsoft. That's right. We have finalized the sale just now, right? I just got off Zoom with Bill Gates. We talked a little bit. How's Melinda, Bill? Like I gave him knocked him a little bit for getting dumped. But like, at the end of the day, like he gave me a check. Like I got a check out of that Zoom call, right? A massive one, the biggest one you've ever seen. I am now one of the richest people on the planet because I sold Nintendo to Microsoft. And I don't regret a single thing about it, right? Like this is what my entire life has been building up to, right? Like I don't care about the company, I don't care about the economy, I don't care about gaming, I don't care about any of that. Like I got $100 trillion from Bill Gates, right? That's all I need to make me happy, right? And yeah, seeing what they're gonna do to Nintendo is firing all the Japanese, getting rid of all the voice actors, shutting down all these studios, you know um getting rid of all those remakes. The Thousand Year Door is gonna be canceled. Super Mario RPG is gonna be canceled. The new Advance Wars is gonna be canceled. The new F-Zero game is gonna be canceled. You know, like they're gonna relocate everything to America. Like everything is gonna become politically correct. Like I don't regret any of it. Like at the end of the day, you guys didn't buy the Wonderful 101, right? You guys didn't support Nintendo, my company, when I was putting out absolute bangers. When I put out Famicom Detective Club, did you come out and say like, "Oh man, I love this remake. It has such a great art style and aesthetic, and it's such a faithful recreation." No, you don't even know what Famicom Detective Club is, okay? Right? Like how exactly am I supposed to sell video games to a group of people that don't like playing video games? Okay, like what was I supposed to do? Right? It's uh it's the reality of the situation, right? Is that like nobody plays games anymore. All they want to do is just go on social media and like complain of talk about how Microsoft is the greatest, like how PlayStation is the greatest, how PlayStation is gonna Horizon Spider-Man is gonna be the greatest thing ever. Like, you know what? No, like Microsoft owns Nintendo now. Like they're gonna make Super Mario Odyssey like for in 4K. It's gonna be in like the Microsoft VR system. It's gonna be like open world, running like super, more realistic than real life visuals. It's gonna be incredible what they do with all three of Nintendo's like relevant franchises: Mario, Zelda, and Pokemon, right? It's going to be crazy seeing these games like become fully cinematic, become 90% cutscenes, getting Hollywood writers on board, real actors, not frauds like Martinet, actual actors. We're gonna poach Neil Druckmann from Naughty Dog, and we're gonna have him direct the Metroid movie. We're gonna have him handle Samus's transition into a man, right? We are gonna make Samus Aran the most popular transgender video game character in the world. And like I'm so excited to be a part of this. I am so excited to have gotten put Nintendo in a position where they would be acquired in this way, because I just have so much contempt for video games, for gamers, for the people in the industry, that like, yeah, this needed to happen, right? We need to just get rid of Nintendo by any means necessary. And this is the only way I could possibly do it, by making all of this up, and none of this was true at all, right? Just like the Microsoft acquisition. Now, if you're foolish enough to believe that Nintendo could ever be acquired, you need to grow up. You need to understand that most companies aren't trying to be acquired. They need to be in a bad position to even consider it, right? And more, Nintendo is becoming bigger than than any of the companies that can acquire them, right? Disney is not in the position 10 years ago. I remember 10 years ago, people were saying Disney was going to do it, that they were going to acquire Nintendo. What happens? Disney starts going under. Nintendo is well on its way to eclipsing them. And, after Microsoft, who else could possibly do it? Nobody in the gaming space. If even Amazon can't acquire Nintendo, what in the world makes you think Microsoft can do it? Like, how are you that stupid? Like, there are a ton of reasons why this acquisition, this hypothetical thing, isn't possible, but people don't want to see that. Like, all anybody wants to do is just downplay Nintendo by any way possible, whether it's like claiming they're going to get acquired and become part of the competition, or saying that there are no major releases this year. Like, anything they can possibly do, they'll throw out there and try to trick you into thinking into thinking that like the company is on the verge of failure. We see this time and time again, and this situation is no different, right? You don't see anyone bringing up the very much more likely possibility that Valve is going to be acquired by Microsoft, right? You don't see anybody talking about that at all. Like, Valve simply will not exist without Gabe. It is going to Gabe Newell. It is going to collapse once he dies, right? Like, there is just no way that company remains viable without him. And Microsoft is just going to swoop in and seize it, right? Nobody wants to admit that. Nobody wants to talk about that, but everybody wants to talk about Nintendo. Everyone wants to talk about Microsoft acquiring the market leader. It simply is not going to happen. Nintendo is not for sale.